17 tankers. That is how many vessels the IRGC flagged in a single classified directive. Documents pulled from inside Iran's naval command have just surfaced. They reveal gunboat strike orders that could shut down the Strait of Hormuz overnight. Every commercial tanker moving through those waters is now a potential target. Not a theory, not a warning, a written order. Tonight you will learn exactly what those orders say, which weapons are loaded and ready, and why the world's oil supply may never be the same again. This did not begin yesterday. Iran's hostility toward Gulf shipping has a long and bloody history. Let's go back fast. In 2019, 6 tankers were attacked in 2 separate incidents. The IRGC denied involvement. Western intelligence said otherwise. In 2021, the MV Asphalt Princess was seized at gunpoint. Armed commandos fast-roped from helicopters. It was over in minutes. By 2023, the pace of harassment had tripled. Naval analysts noticed something alarming. The IRGC's patrol patterns changed dramatically. Their gunboats began operating in coordinated clusters, not random patrols, deliberate formations. Then came the Red Sea crisis. Houthi missiles struck dozens of ships. Iran supplied the weapons. Iran provided the targeting data. The Houthis were the arm, but Tehran was the brain. In early 2024, the IRGC seized the MSC Ares container ship. 12 commandos, 1 helicopter, 0 warning. The message was crystal clear. Iran can take any ship it wants. And now, something has shifted dramatically. Intelligence intercepts gathered by 3 separate allied agencies all point to the same conclusion. New orders have been issued. These are not defensive posture changes. These are offensive strike authorizations. 17 specific vessels have been named. Routes have been mapped. Strike windows have been calculated. The twist that nobody expected. 2 of those flagged tankers carry cargo bound for American military installations. What has emerged is not a rumor. 3 separate intelligence streams have confirmed a classified IRGC Naval Command directive dated within the last 90 days. The document carries the classification marking Simorg 4, which Iranian naval insiders describe as the highest operational secrecy level. It was not published by any single journalist. Fragments were intercepted electronically. Additional pieces were physically photographed by a source inside Bandar Abbas Naval Base. A third confirmation came from signals intelligence shared between 2 NATO partner nations. Together, they form a disturbing picture. The directive authorizes IRGC fastboat squadrons to conduct what it calls economic pressure operations against flagged vessels. That language is deliberate. It gives commanders legal cover within Iranian military law. But the operational reality is straightforward. These are attack orders. 17 tankers are listed by name, flag state, and current route. 8 carry Saudi crude. 4 are linked to Israeli-affiliated shipping companies. 2 serve UAE port contracts. The remaining 3 are the ones causing alarm in Washington tonight. Here is where this escalates from diplomatic tension to genuine military crisis. The IRGC's fastboat fleet is not a small operation. Iran operates approximately 1,500 small attack craft of various types across its naval forces. The primary platform for these strike operations is the Siraj-1 high-speed attack boat. It reaches speeds of 70 knots. It carries anti-ship missiles, heavy machine guns, and rocket pods. Alongside the Siraj-1, operators deploy the Zulfiqar fast attack craft. This vessel can carry the Nasser-1 anti-ship missile, a weapon with a 35-kilometer range and a 130-kilogram warhead. One direct hit can cripple a fully loaded VLCC tanker. But the weapon drawing the most concern is the Ya Ali missile system. Range of 700 kilometers, terrain-hugging flight path, designed specifically to defeat naval radar systems. These missiles are pre-positioned at coastal launch sites along a 400-kilometer stretch of Iranian coastline. Every flagged vessel on that list passes within range. The directive does not simply issue orders to the entire IRGC Navy. Specific units have been tasked. The 1st Naval District, headquartered at Bandar Abbas, holds primary strike responsibility. Its fastboat wing contains at least 34 combat-ready vessels, confirmed through satellite imagery from December 2025. The 2nd Naval District, operating from Bushehr, has been assigned the role of blocking the northern approaches to the strait. Their task is not to attack. Their task is to prevent escape and prevent rescue. A third element, drawn from IRGC Intelligence Unit 840, is responsible for real-time vessel tracking. They operate a network of civilian-disguised monitoring ships. These vessels have been positioned along the key shipping lanes for the past 60 days. They are watching. They are reporting. And when the order comes, they will guide the strike teams directly to their targets. American and allied naval forces are not blind to this. The USS Abraham Lincoln Carrier Strike Group repositioned to the Northern Arabian Sea in February 2026. P-8 Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft have increased their Strait of Hormuz flight hours by 40% since January. Saudi Arabia quietly placed its Eastern Fleet on heightened alert. The UAE has begun escorting its own flagged tankers with Coast Guard vessels. But here is the number that should terrify every energy trader watching this video. On any given day, between 17 and 21 million barrels of oil pass through the Strait of Hormuz. That is roughly 21% of global petroleum liquids consumption. A successful coordinated strike on even 3 of those 17 flagged vessels would be enough to spike oil prices past $200 per barrel within 72 hours. And now, the intelligence detail that changes everything we thought we understood about Iran's true intentions. Stay with me, because what comes next reveals that these gunboat orders are not the main event. They are the distraction. Let us slow down and examine exactly what Iran is bringing to this fight. Understanding the weapons tells you everything about the strategy. The Nasr-1 is an Iranian-designed and domestically produced sea-skimming anti-ship missile. Its origin traces to Chinese C-704 missile technology, adapted and refined by Iran's Defense Industries Organization over more than a decade. The missile flies at wave-top height, typically between 2 and 5 meters above the surface. That flight profile defeats most conventional ship-based radar systems because the curvature of the Earth limits radar detection at that altitude. Range is confirmed at 35 kilometers. Speed reaches approximately Mach 0.8, roughly 980 kilometers per hour at sea level. The warhead carries 130 kilograms of high explosive. Against a commercial very large crude carrier, a single hit ruptures fuel and cargo tanks simultaneously. The resulting fire is nearly impossible to control at sea. Now here is the critical comparison. The U.S. Navy's close-in weapon system, the Phalanx Sea Whiz, has a documented intercept success rate of roughly 60 to 70% against sea-skimming threats in real-world conditions. That sounds reasonable until you do the math. If 10 Nasr-1 missiles are fired in a coordinated salvo against a single vessel, statistically, 3 to 4 will connect. No tanker survives that. One classified assessment described in a 2024 report circulated among Five Eyes intelligence partners stated directly, saturation attack using Nasr-1 variants represents a credible single-sortie mission kill capability against non-military surface vessels. The Siraj-1 is the sharp edge of Iran's swarming doctrine. It is not a conventional warship. It is a 70-knot fiberglass-hulled attack platform designed to overwhelm opponents through speed and numbers. Each vessel carries either a Fajr rocket pod system or a pintle-mounted heavy machine gun, in addition to its missile hardpoints. The key strategic comparison here is against coalition countermeasures. The standard naval defense against fast boat swarms involves helicopter gunships and deck-mounted gun systems. Helicopters require 8 to 12 minutes from alert to arrival over the threat zone. In that time, a Siraj-1 traveling at 70 knots covers nearly 18 kilometers. A tanker moving at 14 knots cannot maneuver or escape. The geometry is brutally simple. If a swarm of 12 to 20 boats launches simultaneously from multiple coastal points, naval defenders face a computational and physical problem they cannot fully solve before the first boats reach striking distance. This is the weapon that transforms the strategic picture completely. The Ya Ali is not a coastal defense weapon. It is an offensive precision strike system with a confirmed range of 700 kilometers. It uses a combination of inertial navigation, GPS, and terminal phase radar guidance. Flight altitude is terrain hugging, typically below 50 meters. Speed is subsonic at approximately Mach 0.9. But the warhead weight is classified. Open-source Iranian state media claims 300 kilograms. Western analysts estimate the actual figure is closer to 450 kilograms, based on missile body volume calculations. That is enough explosive to destroy a ship's superstructure entirely in a single detonation. The defense comparison here is sobering. American Aegis-equipped destroyers carry SM-2 and SM-6 interceptors. Against a subsonic cruise missile at low altitude, engagement windows are measured in seconds, not minutes. One document fragment from the leaked Simorgh 4 directive specifically references Ya Ali launch coordinates, pre-plotted against 3 waypoints in the Central Strait. Those coordinates correspond precisely to the highest density tanker traffic zones. The clock is not frozen. Events are moving. Intelligence analysts are now working against 2 possible futures. Iran executes a partial operation. 1 or 2 tankers are seized, not sunk. No crews are killed. Tehran announces the action publicly as a lawful response to sanctions. Oil markets spike sharply, perhaps $40 to $60 per barrel above current prices. International negotiations resume under intense pressure. The United States and European powers enter emergency talks within 72 hours. A temporary maritime security corridor is negotiated. Iran extracts a sanctions concession. The strait reopens after 11 to 14 days of economic pain. This scenario assumes Iran calculates the risk precisely and stops before triggering a kinetic military response. The probability window for this outcome closes fast. Every day the IRGC maintains its current alert posture without action. The political pressure inside Tehran to either act or stand down increases. Iran does not stop at seizure. Fast boat squadrons launch simultaneously against 3 flagged tankers at 0300 local time, chosen specifically because darkness degrades coalition aerial response time. 2 tankers are hit with Nasser-1 missiles before any intercept is possible. 1 erupts in a catastrophic fire visible from 40 kilometers. 17 crew members are killed in the initial strike. 16 nations immediately begin emergency oil drawdowns from strategic reserves. The Strait of Hormuz sees the first American combat response within 6 hours. Tomahawk cruise missiles strike 2 IRGC coastal battery sites. Iran retaliates with Ya Ali strikes against a U.S. logistics base in the UAE. Oil crosses $200 per barrel before global markets open Monday morning. Within 96 hours, every insurance underwriter on Earth has suspended coverage for Persian Gulf transits. Shipping halts completely. The strait goes dark. The global economy enters free fall, driven not by financial collapse, but by the physical impossibility of moving energy. 21% of the world's daily oil supply simply stops. The consequences of that second scenario do not stay in the Gulf. They arrive at every fuel pump, every power grid, and every government budget on Earth within 30 days. Here is what the leaked Simorgh 4 directive reveals that no public analyst has yet stated plainly. The gunboat orders are not the primary weapon. Iran knows that fast boat swarms will draw immediate American air response. They are calculated to do exactly that. The 17 flagged tankers are not simply targets. They are bait. The real strike capability being held in reserve is a coordinated Ya Ali salvo against Gulf state oil infrastructure, timed to launch during the window when coalition air assets are committed to defending the strait. Bandar Abbas holds 47 confirmed Ya Ali launch vehicles as of the most recent satellite assessment. 47 missiles, each carrying enough explosive to destroy a major oil terminal pump station, export manifold, or desalination facility. Saudi Arabia's Ras Tanura terminal, the single largest crude oil export facility on Earth, sits 190 kilometers from Iranian territorial waters, well within range. The gunboats create the crisis. The Ya Ali missiles end it, on Iran's terms. That is the revelation buried inside these leaked orders. The world is watching the strait. Iran is aiming somewhere else entirely. The clear loser in this equation is the international order that has kept Persian Gulf shipping open since 1987. The clear winner, if this plan executes without full coalition interdiction, is Iran's leverage over every nation on Earth that needs oil to function. The strait has always been a choke point. What these documents reveal is that Iran has finally written the order to use it as a trigger. The Ya Ali missiles are aimed, the tankers are flagged, and somewhere inside Bandar Abbas tonight, commanders are waiting for one word. But here is the question nobody is asking yet. What happens to the global economy if the Strait of Hormuz closes for not 14 days, but 14 months? That answer is coming in our next video, and it will change how you think about energy, war, and survival permanently. Subscribe now and hit that notification bell, because when that video drops, you need to be first to see it.